All right, so um, very important to have everything ready before you start doing your work. It goes without saying. I tried my best, but I think I was also very overconfident. Um, you'll see later on that I hadn't gotten everything ready, but okay, did my best. I'm also trying to do this application in the way that I am most comfortable with, which is this peel a little bit and then stick it on approach instead of what the professionals do, which is to peel the entire paper off from the back and then heat it and then apply it and all that kind of good stuff. But I feel this way is more comfortable for me, even though it might require a lot more work sometimes and more could be potentially error prone, but the hood of the car is a lot more flat, so I felt a little bit more confident. But also, it's because of this diagonal stretch, it's difficult. I also didn't do it the right way, but anyway, I did what I did. But it's approaching about halfway through, and quickly realized that even though it's enough light, it's not enough. So I had to again get something else out and then try it again. Approaching about halfway through the project, looks like, and this is where I encountered my one of my major problems. The paper is getting really tense and really stressed, and right in the middle, it may be hard to see right now, but pretty soon you'll see it. So I'm getting rid of the edges from the side, which is easily doable. Again, from the sides is doable, but right in the middle you see it right now. A big gigantic bubble, and pretty soon I'll have a revelation like, oh boy, what should I do? I'm trying my best to stretch it. Obviously can't stretch it because the paper is on the back. So I'm like, well, if I have to lift the paper, then what do I do? Do I do what the professionals say, or do I? So anyway, well, I decided what the professionals say. So let's do this. So I'm about halfway in my project. Half of the hood looks good. Half the other half doesn't look good. And the pros at this point will be like, oh yeah, it's not a big deal. But oh my god, as a DIY, nerve wracking. Sweaty. It's the middle of the summer, and it's hot in the garage, and it's just not going right. Um, I'm stretching, I'm peeling. One thing I did do right, which is using my hands over here instead of using the edge to stretch, which is very important. But also something I didn't get it ready, which is my heat gun. You might have seen in the beginning, I did get my heat gun next to me, or so I thought. I did not have it plugged in. I didn't think I'll need it at this point. Well, but this is when I needed it. Um, when you, so I peel it and then I immediately put it down. Not a good move. But again, panicking, sweating, stressing, all of that goes without saying. So I'm like, okay, well, let's try it again. Let's peel it back. Um, I need everything I can. But the important thing is that you don't lose hope. Hard not to do that, but you keep trying it, and eventually it'll work. The material is very resilient and very flexible. Again, I wish I had my heat gun. It would have made it so much more simpler. But here I'm trying to get as much wrinkles out of there by just applying pressure, pulling it a little bit. But when you pull, it creates fingers, and so now I'm having to go just ever so slightly, inch, not even an inch, like centimeter by centimeter, just going so slowly. But again, it's working. So, and like a true DIY, as I'm working, wife comes in, um, and hey, it happens. I was nice to my wife. Didn't tell her. um, that I'm busy, but hey, I did have to finish the work. Couldn't take my eyes off of it. So I'm continuing to do this thing, and at this point, now that I've gone past the middle, which was which was looking almost daunting, and I was probably minutes away from just ripping it all out and throwing it away. What you can't see here is like sweat was dripping down because I was so stressed. Um, but at this point, I was able to finally put everything down, get the heat gun out, and then get more confident, with the whole stretching and pulling. And I tried not to do it too much of that because it's again very flat surface. So, but I was using the heat gun to get rid of the wrinkles as much as possible. Um, I would say more than three-fourths of the way in. It looks like I'm just finishing the edges or the corners of the hood. I'm just going slowly and slowly. And at this point, I'm just like, there's no need to change anything with the way I've done things, and if it's working, it's working. So just keep going, and I'm just trying to focus on one side, and the slow motion is working. Again, um, maybe it would have gotten a lot better with the way pros do it, but I was too worried about the air bubbles getting caught in the middle if I don't squeegee as I go along, but it's okay. Um, a true DIY garage, this is a typical garage. A lot of stuff around the garage. It's as clean as possible, but yeah, just a lot of stuff. Maybe not enough lighting. Even this headlamp was not enough lighting. Um, Even though it's bright in the afternoon. Um, Sometimes when you're trying to squeegee this out, squeegee the air bubbles out, you're trying to look at the area in a particular angle, but can't get there. Looks like everything is done. I'm feeling satisfied. I'm feeling relieved. So that was good. I'm getting very close to finishing everything, and now popping the hood. And before you finish everything, just make sure you heat the whole surface. Make sure there's no air bubbles caught in the middle. So that looked good. So I'm gonna relieve that a little bit, and then pop the hood, and then cut off the excess material. That way, it'll be easy for me to bend. Very important. Obviously, when you're cutting, be very careful. Um, you do not want to cut too much and then realize that you are screwed. Um, you can leave a little bit of excess and cut it at the end, but do not cut too much, especially with the project almost done. So here I bend it with my hands, and then applied some heat to make sure that it bends properly. Focus my efforts in the middle first, because I wanted to make sure that that's done right, because that's where the air is hitting the car, and I wanted to make sure that that's done properly. And then I'm just going through the edge, one side. A lot of lessons learned from that side, and then I'm going to do it again on this side. The left side of the car, where I'm at right now, it wasn't done I mean, it got the job done, but it wasn't done too well. A lot of lessons learned from that side, and then when I applied it again on the right side, it was a lot better. Going, I'm gonna put it together, just heat it. Very important to when you heat and stick and make sure that there's no air bubble right there because these are the places where it's gonna start failing first, and when it starts failing, it's gonna creep everywhere. So as much as possible, just flatten everything out. I'll take off the excess material from the back here, make a relief cut, take off the excess material, and then bend it, curve it, all that fun stuff. I think I'll leave the top two edges for later because at this point it's been more than an hour into the project, and given the fact that I was so close to a disaster and failing, I was just about tired. So um, you'll see the final product here. Feel good. So some of the fingers on the top, that's going to be there because it's curving, but all of this area is wonderful. Close to the hood, close to the back of the hood. That looks great. Bend is going to have a lot of fingers, but that's great. I'm going to come back to this later. At this point, I just wanted to take a break. Essentially cut it, tape it, and we'll be good. Thank you for watching.